Hello folks, welcome to the Eid episode and also Simi's Kitchen Diaries. I know those of you celebrating Eid will be in the last moment preparations. As a custom for us Indians, it's always biryani for Eid. My thoughts always go a bit differently, always wanting to do something unique and special. So for this Eid episode, I'm sharing with you the Mandi recipe, which has gained so much popularity that you can see many outlets serving exclusively this dish in India, especially in our region, Kerala. This is widely a tradition in this part of the world for special occasions and celebrations. After several attempts, I have formulated this recipe which tastes similar to the ones which we have in a very famous outlet here. I know by now you all will be curious to know the details of the recipe, right? So let's not delay, rather jump into this dish. The main highlight of this dish is the spice powder used for marinating the chicken or the meat which you use. So for this I have used 1/3 teaspoon turmeric powder, 1/4 teaspoon cardamom powder, 1/8 teaspoon cinnamon powder, 3/4 teaspoon coriander powder, 1/8 teaspoon clove powder, 1/4 teaspoon cumin powder, 1/2 teaspoon red chili powder, 1/3 teaspoon pepper powder, 1/2 teaspoon paprika, 1/2 teaspoon meat tenderizer, 2 tablespoons tomato paste, 2 tablespoons bloom saffron and 2 tablespoons melted butter. Now a generous amount of salt that you can add according to your taste and the quantity of chicken used. Now I'm going to mix this up thoroughly until all the flavors are combined. This is very important. The flavors should be very subtle. You can mellow down as much as possible because none of the flavors should be highlighted or should stand out. Rather, you should not feel any flavors in your mouth. It should be an wholesome feeling to have this dish. The mix is ready now and I'm going to rest it for 10 minutes for all the flavors to blend with each other. Meanwhile, we'll move on to the chicken part. I've taken 1.1 kg chicken cut into 4 with skin on. Now I have washed it thoroughly, drained it thoroughly without any water content. To this I'm adding 2 juices of lime and 3 medium-sized garlic cloves crushed finely. I'll marinate this, giving a thorough massage. Be specific when you take the garlic and lime because garlic has this overpowering taste. So we should not taste it in our mouth when we have the mandi. That's why I'm repeating again, all the flavors should be subtle and mellow down. Now I'll rest the chicken for 15 to 20 minutes with the garlic and lime on. After that we'll marinate the chicken with the spice mix which we had made earlier. Rub it and give thorough massages to the chicken and cover it and refrigerate it for overnight if possible. I had tried earlier keeping it for 4 to 5 hours and then I felt that the flavors have not gone into the chicken very well. So after that I've been marinating this overnight and keeping it almost for 10 to 15 or 24 hours is perfectly fine because the more you keep, the more the flavorsome the chicken will be. So I have put the chicken in the fridge. Now next part is the rice preparation. Here I have fresh chicken stock which I always make and keep it in my freezer. So if you have fresh chicken stock you can use that or you can use water with it. To this I'm adding 2 chicken stock cubes which is what gives the rice that restaurant-y flavor. The stock is somewhat warm and I'm adding the chicken stock cubes into it and I'll whisk it thoroughly so that it melts down completely and is blended well. Now you can strain the chicken stock. You can see here the greens and the herbs floating on the top. So I'll sieve it while we put it into the rice. We'll keep this aside and move on to the rice making part. I've heated up a pan here. It should be a bit wide container so that the rice can bloom very well into proper shape and texture. I've added 2 tablespoons of oil into this and 1 medium onion finely chopped. Salt is going to this onion in this stage because it will help in cooking the onion very well and a bit of the moisture content to be absorbed. Salt helps in absorbing the moisture content from the onion. That is why we add salt in the beginning, when we need the moisture content to be less and cook faster. Now the onion is ready. I've removed it from the stove top and I'm adding in whole spices now. 4 cloves, 3 cardamoms, 3-inch 4 to 5 cinnamon sticks, 3 bay leaves. Now I'll give a thorough mix when the onion is hot itself so that spices get warmed up. You can see here all the spices and the onions have been mixed up. Now to this I'm going to add the hot stock. I have used high quality basmati rice here, washed well and drained to somewhat dry in nature. We'll add this also to the stock and the spices and give a quick mix. Since the stock cube is having salt, be careful when you add stock to the rice. For me, I just had to add a bit of salt, not much. Now the final part, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder and 3 to 4 tablespoons of saffron. Stir this up and your rice is ready to go into the oven. We are not cooking this at all. The chicken and rice go together into the oven. Now this is a pizza pan or a baking tray which we use for these type of baking. You can take the cooking pot according to the size of this strainer or the baking tray and then place it on top of the rice pot. Next part is place the marinated chicken onto the baking tray and brush it generously with oil. Now this is the next important step. Cover the chicken and rice very well, very tightly so that no steam goes out. Our chicken and rice is ready to go into the oven. I have preheated the oven to 200 degrees centigrade for around 10 to 15 minutes. Now I'm going to place this inside the oven and bake it for 1.5 hours. Now this depends upon the quantity of rice you use and the measurement of the chicken taken. So be careful when you do this. For me it took around 1.5 hours to cook this to the perfect texture. Halfway through, when it's almost 1 hour, we'll take out the rice and brush the chicken with oil once again and put it back into the oven for browning. Take out the whole spices from the rice. You can see here the rice is perfectly cooked. To this I'm adding half cup of raisins. Since we all love raisins in the rice, I'm adding half cup. If you don't prefer that, you can add just 1/4 on 1/3 cup of raisins. Gently mix up the rice without breaking it. The cooking part, as I have shown here, is one important part where you get the chicken and the rice perfectly cooked. Yes, here goes the chicken perfectly cooked, browned, and as you can see here it looks gorgeous. The final part now, for getting that original smoky mandi flavor, I'm putting a charcoal here. Into this goes a bit of oil and we'll just light this up. Allow it to burn for some time until the charcoal is lit up thoroughly and then put off the flame. Make a well in the center of the rice. Immediately put the smoky charcoal inside it. Place the chicken on top and cover it well. This should be done quickly because the smoky flavor should be infused into the rice and chicken. Keep it for 3 to 4 minutes and your mandi is ready to be served. Perfect, gorgeous, juicy, soft chicken with a super perfect cooked rice. It looks so gorgeous and pretty and it tastes awesome too. I want you all to try this out and let me know how it turned out for you, because I'm telling you this is one of the best mandi recipes and this has been doing rounds in our family for quite some time now, and a big thumbs up from all family members. So do try this out. Wishing you all in advance a happy Eid. Celebrate, enjoy and share your happiness with all your dears and nears. Give a thumbs up if you like my video, and those who haven't subscribed until now, please do subscribe. See you soon with another episode. Take care and bye bye.